Every December, as the world immerses itself in the spirit of Christmas, the image of the nativity scene emerges as a central figure in celebrations. This scene depicting the birth of Jesus is iconic, yet there's more to this tableau than meets the eye. Today, we uncover the little-known facts behind the nativity story, shedding light on elements that have been obscured by centuries of tradition and artistic interpretation. Let's begin with the setting, the stable in Bethlehem, where Mary and Joseph are said to have found refuge. Contrary to popular belief, the Gospels do not specify a stable. Instead, they mention a manger, a feeding trough for animals. Historically, poorer families often housed animals in the lower floors of their homes. Thus, the traditional stable might not have been a standalone structure, but rather part of a typical dwelling of the time, adding a layer of domestic familiarity to the biblical account. Moving on to the visitors, the shepherds and the wise men. The shepherds are indeed mentioned in the Gospel of Luke, but did you know that the wise men are magi, featured in the Gospel of Matthew? Weren't kings at all? The original Greek text refers to them as magoi, a term for a class of priests in ancient Persia. This suggests that these visitors were likely astrologers or scholars. Furthermore, no number of magi is mentioned in the Bible. The number 3 comes from the gifts listed, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, but their actual number remains a mystery. These gifts themselves are loaded with symbolic meaning. Gold, a sign of kingship; frankincense, often used in religious rituals; and myrrh, an embalming oil, are seen as prefiguring Jesus' life and destiny, his sovereignty, his divine nature, and his eventual death. Each gift, valuable in its own right, symbolizes a different aspect of who Jesus would come to be. Let's not forget the Star of Bethlehem, which guided the Magi to the newborn. Its exact nature has long puzzled astronomers and theologians alike. Some suggest it could have been a comet or a planetary conjunction, while others speculate it was a miraculous event unique to this holy birth. Regardless of its form, the star represents hope and guidance, a beacon in the narrative of the Nativity. As we piece together these elements, it's important to note that the amalgamation of these details into a single scene is largely the result of centuries of tradition and artistic interpretation. Early Christians didn't celebrate Christmas with nativity scenes. It wasn't until the 13th century, with St. Francis of Assisi, that the first live nativity was created to inspire faith and devotion. In conclusion, the story of the Nativity is one rich with history and layers of meaning that continue to resonate through time. Whether viewed through a lens of faith or as a cultural artifact, it remains a powerful story of birth, hope, and wonder. As we decorate our homes with these timeless scenes, let us remember the depth of history contained within each figure in the Nativity. A tableau that, much like the season it represents, is steeped in layers of tradition and meaning waiting to be discovered.